Welcome back, everyone. It's Dina Calmetta here, and for today's news, we're going to talk about something a little different and something that I haven't touched base on in quite a few months. And that is in regards to the many animal deaths that we have been seeing for quite some time now. So I'd like to take you to this report written by Michael Schneider of the Most Important News. And the headline reads, "Strange things are happening in the waters along the West Coast, and the fish are starting to disappear." The report goes on to state that something is causing the waters off the West Coast to heat up dramatically. Fish are dying off in staggering numbers. Birds that feed on those fish are also dying off rapidly, and scientists have discovered 15,000 holes in the ocean floor off the coast of California. But scientists don't know for certain why any of these things are happening. And it's not being reported on mainstream media, so most Americans don't even know what is going on. But the truth is, what we are facing is extremely serious. In fact, officials have taken the unprecedented step of shutting down the federal cod fishery in Alaska for the year because of the lack of fish. We are seeing things that happen that we have never seen before. And this is definitely going to affect our food supply. But why are so many fish dying? Well, nobody knows for sure, but some officials are blaming the marine heat wave that has been happening in the waters along the West Coast. According to King 5 News, a massive warmer than normal pool of water that's formed in the Pacific Ocean off the Washington coast and up into the Gulf of Alaska may already be wreaking havoc with our weather. Scientists are telling us that water temperatures are as much as 6 degrees Fahrenheit above normal. And if such conditions persist, we could see millions upon millions of fish die. At this point, we are being told that this vast expanse of water is roughly 1,000 to 2,000 miles in size in the eastern Pacific Ocean. Hopefully, this blog will go away soon, but that hasn't happened so far, and nobody really knows what is causing it. Meanwhile, fish are dying off at an absolutely staggering rate. And in addition to that, the birds that feed on those fish are also dying off in large numbers. Because of a severe lack of fish, they are literally dropping dead from starvation. And at this point, there isn't much that officials can do about it. So let us hope that things will return normally eventually. But there is no guarantee that that is going to happen. And speaking of birds, hundreds of birds were found dead on a road to Wales with their internal organs spewing out. Witnesses say that a massive flock of starlings were spotted flying overhead before landing and eating something on the road. An hour later, they were dead. One individual counted 150 in one night and gave up as there were just hundreds of them littered everywhere. And according to the site endtimeprophecy.org, on December 10th there were 27,000 chickens to be killed due to avian flu in England. December 9th, 12 plus dead dolphins washed up the shore in Australia. Again on December 9th, 100 dead Murray cod wash up in a reservoir in Australia. And it's not only birds and fish that are dying. On November 21st, 45,000 pigs died due to swine fever in the Philippines. And on the same day, 20,000 pigs due to swine fever in Romania. On November 12th, 200 elephants died due to drought in Zimbabwe. November 10th, 600 dead rats, plus dead fish and birds found washed up on the beach in New Zealand. And the list goes on and on. So there is no denying that we are watching a massive amount of animals dying. But Michael goes on to state that our planet is becoming increasingly unstable. And really weird things are starting to take place. And speaking of weird, scientists are telling us that they have found 15,000 holes in the ocean waters off the California coast. Thousands of strange round holes scooped out of the ocean floor have been uncovered. Some measure nearly 600 feet across, but scientists are unsure how they are being formed. As many as 15,000 holes have been found during an underwater survey by the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute. And what is even more alarming than that is that scientists are telling us that the cause of all of these holes remains a mystery. Volcanoes are going off like firecrackers all over the globe. And there was another major volcanic eruption in New Zealand on Monday. And earthquake activity continues to rise in very troubling levels. In fact, it was recently reported that there have been almost 60,000 earthquakes of at least a 1.5 around the world over the last 12 months. The earthquake tracking website Earthquake Track has recorded an astounding 59,841 tremors around the globe in the last 365 days on December 9th. In the last 30 days, a total of 4,172 tremors higher than the magnitude of a 1.5 were felt, and 895 were hit in the last 7 days. Those are definitely a lot of earthquakes. But Michael finally states that the official story is that everything is just fine, and our planet will start behaving normally again soon. But unofficially, a lot of scientists out there are deeply concerned about what we are witnessing. A great shaking has begun, and nobody is quite sure what is going to happen next. So a very interesting report there written by Michael. And although scientists have no idea why these things are happening, the Bible has already prophesied it thousands of years ago. And whether you believe in prophecy or not, the fact of the matter is, it's happening. And it's happening in staggering numbers. I would just like to take a moment and take you to those scriptures that specifically point out these prophecies that Michael referenced in this report, because there might be somebody listening in that has never heard of these prophecies before. But we are told in the book of Hosea that speaks directly to animals dying. Hosea chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying, and killing and stealing, and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven, yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. Are we not seeing that right now? I would definitely say yes. But the Bible also talks about earthquakes and volcanoes. In fact, we're told in the books of Matthew, Mark, and Luke that we would hear of wars and rumors of wars. But see that ye be not troubled, for all of these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All of these are the beginning of sorrows. And then we see a similar scripture in the book of Mark, and of course in the book of Luke. But if we go to the book of Joel and Acts, the Lord tells us that there will be wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. The pillars of smoke is referring to volcanoes or fires. And have we not also seen signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars? In fact, the very last full moon just occurred last night. And Michael actually wrote another article on this, and I will leave the link for you in the description below this video. But apparently the final full moon of this decade occurred on 12/12 at exactly 12:12 a.m., which is precisely 6,666 days from 9/11. Now, is that just a coincidence? I don't know. But there is no denying that we are seeing all of these signs all across the globe, all at the same time. And recently, it seems to be happening more rapidly. So I just wanted to bring this report to you because I found it very interesting. But I'd love to get your thoughts. So please do leave your comments in the comments section. Also, if you have a free moment this weekend,